All right, guys, welcome to Into the Storm podcast, Gaming News Central. This is Celsus, and this to my left is Rivet Gamer. Guess
Hello.
there we go. um, all right, today's gaming news though. Um, this will be funny for some of you. Devil May Cry 5, the new game coming out. The limited edition for the game comes with a master replica costume, and it comes with the three characters, which is Dante, Nero, and V. The surprising part is how much it costs. The Dante suit costs $7,994. The Nero suit $6,661, and the V suit $5,328. This is a limited edition, a good deal. The suits actually look nice, but yeah, it's not the best option to go with right there. The game is aptly named though, Devil May Cry. When he sees these prices. What do you think about that, Steve?
Yeah, I mean, someone's gonna buy it. I don't know why. They think someone's gonna buy it, and someone is. There's no way in hell I'd pay that.
No doubt. Freaking Star
There's
Citizen.
no game I like that much.
Star Citizen is a good example of that. Those
the thing is,
packs with a huge fleet in it, they've sold for
that's still cheaper.
$1,000.
Yeah, if they that Dante is half the price of one of those packs.
Oh no, I'm just saying that it's a thing that people will do it because fuck. But yeah.
Yeah, more than one person owns one of those $15,000 packs. So
freaking crazy.
I mean, if you're really big fan, I mean, I like the game, but I don't like it that much. I'd like to meet the person who does.
I think the last count that I saw was about a half a year ago, and there was over 230 of those bought.
Yeah, that's. Well, some people really want to leg up on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll stick with what in our particular case on that. Since we're going off subject, I'll stick with what I got.
They better have a lot of friends, or they're not going to be able to move those ships.
Yeah.
And
yeah, $8,000 for essentially a jacket in a game is just dumb.
Yeah, it's crazy. I wouldn't spend it. The second part of this though, Borderlands, they're supposedly making a third game right now. I haven't checked enough to find out on the information of it, just through rumors and sources. But one thing that I do know is in the last couple of weeks, there's been some updates to Borderlands pre-sequel and Borderlands 2 beta information. And before that, it'd been 2 years for pre-sequel and longer for 2. Usually what that means is they're adding items. They could be adding like skins, guns, random stuff, events, or they're putting more DLC out for it. And my whole thought on that is maybe they're gearing up to put some DLC out so it matches up to Borderlands 3 when it does get released. Have you seen anything on it, Steve? Oh, by the way, the person who discovered this information was a YouTuber named Motto. But sorry, I didn't mean to.
I did. I recall hearing something about that they had let it slip that the Borderlands 3 was being made, but there was no date whatsoever as to when it was going to be done. It was essentially like it'll be done when it's done, kind of situation. And no information.
I'll be honest. I'll be happy.
But supposedly they are working on it.
I'll be happy if they do the like some updates, DLC, just for those 2 games to introduce Borderlands 3.
Well, considering how they were talking about it, spoilers for anyone who's not played those games, and if you haven't, you should. Yes. It looked like you were going to be going to all those different planets for the vaults. I kind of wonder if they're going to do online or have much bigger player base, or
Well, all the
even
ga-
something kind of like Warframe, where you go to different planets with different groups
all
or
the
something.
essential games though are online capable, so I wouldn't be surprised if they made it like a massive game, or at least the premise to where they want you to always be online, because that seems to be a thing now.
Yeah, and I can't wait. I've played every Borders game. I played Tales of the Borderland, which I loved,
Oh
and
yeah,
it's a good game. So I can't wait for 3 to come out.
yeah. The writers on those stories are just freaking hilarious to me, and it's probably because we have a dark sense of humor to begin with. But
Yeah, that's true.
um, but yeah, to move along though, there is for all of you who like Fallout, especially what's playing in the background, which we will both be me and Rivet will both be playing, and
Oh yeah.
when it comes out, I've got beta access, so whenever the PC beta comes up, I'm gonna be streaming. So next Thursday, but not to get lost on that subject. Anybody who liked Fallout New Vegas, there was a mod creator who basically made an entire game right now. It just came out. He's been in the works for like 7 years. The group was called, or is called Radian Felix Media, and um, the mod is surrounding the NCR, the New California Republic, which the name of it is called Fallout. Fallout New California, and it just goes around what they talk about in Fallout New Vegas about the NCR and on the New Californian coast, which I don't have confirmation on this, but my thoughts are you're actually on the coast in this DLC because they made an entire new map for it. But it's been developed for about 7 years. I suggest checking it out if you got a chance, because I'm probably going to download it probably after 76, but I'll check it out myself here. Might even stream it too. You did you like New Vegas? I don't remember. I think we
Oh
talked
yeah,
about
I
it
love
last
New
week.
Vegas.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I love. I can't really think of a Fallout game I just didn't like. Strangely enough, Fallout 4 was actually probably my least favorite, and I liked it, but I actually like some of the others better.
that's how it goes for me. Like I like the newer ones less than I do the older ones, but that's just because they take functionality away from them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it was a good game. And by the way, New California is fully voiced, and it's not voices that were in the game. So people actually voice casted it. So
It's
it'll
pretty
be good.
impressive for a mod.
Yeah, yeah. Spent a lot of time on it. And without further ado, here's yours, Steve. We got some information that Trine 4 is being released, and I'm gonna let Steve talk about it because he's got some special feelings for that game, just down in the heart.
Now, okay, let's just say this: me and Celsus, with some friends, we played Trine 1, Trine 2. Those games were great. They're fantastic puzzle platformers. You got to joke around, mess around while we're doing it. 3, we played it, and we were like, they kind of stripped down things. They messed with the skill tree, so it was pretty linear. You ended up with the same character no matter what. You couldn't differentiate yourself like you could in the other games, and they took away some powers. It got stripped down, and I know they were going for the 3D thing, but so we played the game to a point, and it kind of had, I guess you would call it like a board that you went on, and then you went to the different stages on that board. And so we went to all the spots on the board, and it showed a big video saying, like, essentially revealing like the baddie, what he was planning on doing. And then the game ended, and we were like, wait a minute, what? No, that can't be it. So, and we kept checking, and we are like, nope, That's the game. The game was about 4, maybe 5 hours long. We obviously finished like act 1 of 3. So essentially they put out a game that was not finished. Didn't bother to tell people that it wasn't finished until after they bought it, and we pre-purchased it. So we got ripped off. And considering how much we loved the first 2 games, for the third game to just do this was horrible. And they've done nothing. But they've done nothing to fix anything about 3. It's still not finished. It came out a while ago. They tried to defend it like, well, we figured players would rather have what we finished than nothing at all. And I'm going to disagree with that. I don't want an unfinished game. I want a game that has, an ending. So they said they ran out of money and they're bankrupt and all this stuff. So they just announced Trine 4, which is a little bit of an insult to everyone who bought 3 because 3 isn't finished. And so how are you putting out 4 when you haven't finished 3? I mean, seriously, what are they even thinking? I was like, one of the reasons they said they didn't think they were going to bring out another game is because, to quote them, everyone hates us now. That's what they said. And the reason they said that is because everyone does hate them. I was like, the few people I saw who really thought the game was great, I was really wondering if they had finished the game, because I can't imagine anyone who played the game and got to the ending was like, well, that was satisfying, because it's definitely not. So to bank 4 after not even finishing the third game seems insulting to the fans. I mean, at least finish 3 first before you try to put out 4. I mean, I don't even think 3 came out on the consoles.
Okay, just to...
But, yeah.
A quick clarification.
I'll stop the rant.
No, you're fine. You can keep going, but I just want to give a quick clarification. They did technically finish the third one that they made, but it was supposed to be episodic. So there was supposed to be 3 more episodes to finish it out. The fourth one has nothing to do with that story whatsoever, but they still named it Trine 4. Anyways, you can go ahead.
Yeah, it's just, you should finish your game before going with the next number, at least, because it's just ridiculous that they would even do that. And I honestly think they only put out 3 to make some money off of their fans. Well, they didn't care about screwing them, and so doing 4 is, well, they're going back to the thing that was making them money, and they're hoping that some people forgive them. I mean, I'm not. But as far as I'm concerned, like, Trine died at 3, as far as I'm concerned. It was a great series, but now I can't trust them, because if I bought 4 or pre-ordered it, how do I know it's finished? I don't, because they didn't tell me the first time that 3 wasn't finished. How do I know 4 is not going to be finished?
Yeah, and we got it out the gate just because, we were fans of the series.
Yeah, so
fuck those guys. Like, towards the end of the game, it gives you, like, the ending for the first part of the episode, and then it says at the end of it, it had, like, some message. I don't remember exactly how it was stated. It was like, well, there's not going to be another game coming out. Our studio doesn't have the money to finish the game. Basically, it said, we ran out of money at the end of the game. In the game. And then I start looking it up, and I found out that they were filing bankruptcy. But they've created 2 other games since then. Or it may have been 3, I can't remember. I sent you the list the other day, but I can't remember the names of the games. So I think one of them was like Swanson or something like that. I have to look up the list.
Yeah, and to give everyone an idea, I hate them so much As soon as I heard about 4 coming out, I've been on 38 different gaming sites. I was like slamming them. And I'm going to continue that. If I can find some more, I'm going to slam them more. I already slammed them everywhere else for 3, and I'm going to slam them even more for 4 because my anger will never ever die about them ruining a really good series with greed. I mean, it's ridiculous. But all right, off my soapbox. I'll let you continue.
Other than the anger rant there, so we're totally biased on that. Just yeah, but it's a good reason to be biased.
Yeah, 100%.
Here's one of my favorite things, and I know Steve will like this too. Naoki Hori announced for the Nintendo Switch that they are going to attempt to bring Dreamcast games to the Nintendo Switch, either through emulation or rebuilding it if they can. I don't know when this will happen, but like I said, this is amazing news for me. The reason that the Dreamcast didn't do well, and this is Sega's closing system, was because if you've never played a Dreamcast, I'm sorry, was because the Sega Saturn came out before it, and well, that was just a piece of shit system. It was not worth it. It was buggy as hell. They didn't have any games on it. I think there were 2 games that were known, and I can't even remember the other one, but one was Knights, the little flying clown game, which kind of freaky if you think about it. Fuck clowns. And the other was this robot game. I can't remember what it was called. It's just a fighting game, kind of like Mech Warriors. You may know what I'm talking about, Steve, but I can't think of it.
I never. Saturn looked like it sucked, so.
They brought it back out on the Dreamcast. I know that much. I just don't remember its name. But 2 things that I am looking forward to for this. Well, not 2 things I'm looking forward to, but 2 things that made the Dreamcast, in my opinion, were Phantasy Star Online, which it was the first system to get it. It's based off of a story called a series called Phantasy Star from the Sega Genesis. But and then Steve's all-time favorite game, Power Stone.
Yeah, I mean that was my favorite. There were a lot of Dreamcast games, but that was my favorite.
Yeah. Those were just the best out of the crop, though, to me. Power Stone was just this isometric Smash Brothers type game, but more detailed. But the Dreamcast, it had so many games in its library. It also partly fell to that was the time that pirating started coming out, and yeah, it was easy to pirate games.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, I'm not going to mention anybody like in this channel that pirated games, but someone did. But other than that, I will let you take over for Overkills the Walking Dead.
All right, hey, so Overkills the Walking Dead comes out on PC November 6th. It'll come out on consoles in February. At first, in all honesty, I didn't know how interested I was going to be in this game, but it's got some things going for it. It's a 4-player co-op FPS. You got 4 characters: Aiden, Heather, Maya, and Grant. They all have their own skills, play style, and they're unique to them. There's a camp that you're building at the base, and you help people who live within the camp thing with stuff there. You modify weapons. There's a crafting system. It seems to have a scaling difficulty based on what level your character is, because you can gain levels to increase your skills and stuff, and the number of people playing. The game's going to be set in DC. It's going to be episodic, and the first season is going to have 10 episodes, and things will be revealed each episode. You might get new characters, new weapons, just whatever they add into the game. Now, looking at the game myself, it's definitely a kind of a combination between like Dying Light and Left 4 Dead and various other zombie games. The co-creator of Walking Dead actually helped on this game as a consultant, Robert Kirkman. So it's got that going for it. And he does say that the gameplay is very similar to Payday, which is not surprising because even I wasn't aware of this. Overkill is the company that makes Payday.
I didn't know
And yeah, well, it's like, and if you play Payday the Heist, apparently this game will have some similarities to Payday the Heist. They do say there's going to be some customization stuff with it. I guess kind of like probably very similar to Payday the Heist. Just think about it, considering all the customization you could do for Payday the Heist. The heist, you can kind of expect that to be put in this game slowly, the character scans and such like that. This is essentially what Overkill is going to be working on for a little bit until they bring up Payday 3. But they're looking to do this by various seasons. They already have a second season planned that, so far as everyone knows, according to the website, is going to have like 9 episodes. And but there's no details on what that's going to be about. But the website actually straight up says what each episode of the first season is about. And one of the things that they're definitely going to be putting in is new characters, not just NPCs, but playable characters will be added in as the story goes along. So it won't you won't just have 4 to play the whole time. Eventually you'll have more characters. They've not given any details, but they already said that there's definitely going to be 2 more playable characters added in during the first season. So it's actually got a lot going on for it. I'm actually looking forward to it quite a bit, especially when I heard Payday, and I was like, me and Celsus we've both played Left 4 Dead and Dying Light.
we were avid players of Payday for like 6 months too.
Yeah, I'm very curious what a Payday like zombie game is going to be like, and considering how the many ways in which you could do things in Payday, I'm very curious how that's going to work in a zombie game. There are aspects, especially if you play Dying Light, some other games, like sound is a huge issue, light is an issue. You do not want to make a bunch of sound. So in other words, weapons that don't make banging noises is probably best. Haven't heard about it being super dangerous at night, like no special creatures at night, but they've not given too many details about that. But silenced weapons, melee weapons seem to be the way to go, unless you want to attract a bunch of zombies to you.
From what I heard, the weapon system is kind of locked into the character.
Yeah, and I did notice that there seems to be some meter that tells you how loud you're going to be, and apparently if you hit a certain level of it, you're essentially going to get a horde. So you know what's coming, and you essentially will know that it's your fault.
One of the things I really like about it is the weapon schemes that your party gets. One character is considered like class-wise a poker. So basically, he keeps enemies at length so other people can finish them off without making noise.
Oh, that'd be kind of nice.
You've probably seen the character, the one that carries around the the long pole Looks like it's got a little
Oh
clasp on
yeah,
the end of it. And
yeah. Everyone's supposed to have kind of like their own thing. I have not really seen many details on that though. So I'm very curious. It looks a lot better, and seemed a lot better than I was initially thinking whenever I saw it, because I thought it was, in all honesty, thought it was going to be another generic
oh yeah,
zombie game.
when I first saw it, I was about the same way because I thought it was just going to be a horde mode thing. Because the beta they
Yeah,
put out, they didn't put anything else other than the horde mode. The classes, though, when I started reading about it, because I started getting more interested in it too. Um, like one class is considered a sniper in the game, and or not sniper but scout, and
yeah.
for them they can go around the map, find areas, better paths to take to avoid dealing with stuff when you're out on actual missions and taking out enemies silently. I know that you can craft a lot of different items with other characters too, like silencers and stuff, and they're not really class specific. But I don't have a great deal of information other than that.
I expect actually a lot from this game, because as
Mm-hmm.
the second I found out it was made by the same people as Payday, I'm like,
Oh yeah.
Payday, if you played it, is pretty intricate on a lot of stuff.
Question is
Um,
though, I know a while back they sold Payday and it got sold like 20 times to other companies in between. Did the original creators get it back?
yeah, it's them that may have been the publisher change, but the
Oh
developer,
no, the
as far
entire
as I know.
game. The entire game was
Oh,
sold.
I
That's when they
don't know, but I
started.
know it's the same people who made Payday the Heist
You remember when they
and Payday
started
2.
putting out a bunch of new skins and stuff like that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah,
There
yeah.
was another company that bought it out then, and they were trying to make money off of it, so they just started putting cosmetic in after cosmetic after cosmetic.
I don't know. I think it's the same company. I'll have to check that out. But
I can't remember the names to be honest, though.
yeah. But I mean, I like the original. So
Oh yeah,
actually,
yeah.
if it's either company, I'd be fine. I mean, even though Payday 2 never had really had a, well, all right, I was about to say pay to win, but that's not true. It was like you give those chests cost money, and I know some of those chests had a lot of
Oh yeah.
really nice stuff in it, but it wasn't necessary for you to get that stuff to have fun with the game.
No, you could
Uh,
practically get everything. There were some behind the wall items that sucked
yeah,
that you couldn't do that, but it wasn't game breaking not to get them. I mean, as long as
yeah,
it doesn't lock you know gameplay out, I'm fine with it. Like loots and stuff like that. When it
yeah.
starts locking gameplay out, like EA's little bullshit, then I'm kind of pissed about it.
I don't think it's gonna be like that. Oh, now there's one thing, and I forgot to mention. They said there will be a lot of humans you have to deal with in the game. They said, and sometimes there'll be more of a problem than zombies. So it's
Mm-hmm.
not just zombies you're going to be dealing with this in this, which is similar to like Dying Light.
Some of
Um,
the footage that you've had up's already shown some of the human threats.
yeah. So so yeah, so that's going to be something that's a little bit different. Well, unless you play
Oh,
Dying Light.
something I just noticed. One of the characters too. This is a little bit more on the character system. Is a I can't think of the name of it. It's a scrounger basically. They can find more items that other players can't. So like mission items and stuff like that. You have a better chance of finding it if you have this character in your party. Easier.
Oh, they're like a scavenger or something.
Mm-hmm. And I'm
Oh,
assuming
that's
that
cool.
also counts for base item stuff too, but that I don't have confirmation on.
Yeah, it's a game I think I'm going to end up getting for PC.
Oh, just go ahead and set up. We're running on time, so final thoughts.
Uh, actually, I'd take a look at this game if you've been like kind of like, nah. I take another look at the game. It looks like it's going to be way more interesting than uh, you might think.
Yeah, we'll probably end up playing it, so if you get it, join us.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, guys, thanks for hanging out to the podcast, and this will be up on Anchor FM /Boltfire. Should be up. I'm gonna try to get it up tomorrow or Sunday. If you're new to the stream, check out our Twitter page. It's down in the comments. We also have a Discord. Feel free to join it. You chat with us anytime. This channel right here is my personal channel. Eventually, we might open up a second channel to host it, but it just makes it easier for this time. But
Yeah.
also check out Rivet Gamer's channel. He's on Twitch as well.
And I will actually stream there sometime soon.
You got to get on that.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I'd like to say before we jump off, or before we switch over, and that is, whatever you do, people, do not support Trine 4. Do not buy it. Do not even think about buying it. Nothing like that. Don't do it. Don't. They don't deserve your money. Only your hate. That's all they deserve is hate. But that's all I gotta say on that.
And I approve of this message. All right, so have a good one, guys. This is Celsus.
Rivet and Gamer. That's Rivet. Yep. And yeah, we'll
carry down in the corner.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry, you guys won't get this. They aren't watching the podcast. I'll put this up on YouTube too, so you guys can see it too. Anyways, take it easy, guys.
Yep. See you later.